Foreign exchange students have many questions about food, eating schedules in the United States. It's quite normal. They've just left behind a very different culture of food and eating. So they wonder, why are there so many fast food restaurants? Why do people eat so much fast food? Why are there so many convenience foods? Why isn't there someone in the kitchen cooking up fresh foods all the time? And why do people eat while walking or driving or even while attending class? You can answer these questions using the game analogy that we saw in the last video, where we imagined culture as a game. So like every country in the world is a giant game board, and people are living out their lives on that game board, playing the game of life according to the rules of the culture into which they were born. So when we look around the world, we've seen two main orientations towards food. I call them the two food games. You have cultures where mainly people eat to live, where food is kind of like fuel. And then you have cultures where people are playing this game of live to eat, where food is all about pleasure. Now, of course, in the United States, we eat for pleasure on holidays, special occasions. Sometimes we go out for a nice meal or we cook a nice meal at home. But generally, we are an eat-to-live society where people are busy, they're on the run, and food serves the purpose of nourishing us and keeping us healthy and keeping us going. But we don't have as much time, at least most of us, to sit down and enjoy food and spend as much time preparing food as people still do in many countries around the world. So let me just give you a glimpse of what it's like for students who come from live to eat countries like Spain, where I've been living for the last 25 years. This is a country that revolves around food, especially the lunch hour, every day of the week. During the week, it might be shorter, but you still try to find a really good, complete three-course meal and sit down with colleagues or whoever you can to eat together. On the weekends, it gets a lot more intense, where families get together, maybe one side of the family on Saturday, the other side on Sunday, and the meal can take up the whole day. So a lot of the questions and culture shocks that we hear from students, foreign exchange students, when they come to the United States, comes from leaving a culture where live to eat predominates, that game with all of its rules, and they come to the United States where eat to live tends to predominate. If we explain it to them like a game and help them understand that the object of the game is different in their country, the object of the game in their country is food as pleasure and especially a chance to socialize, whereas in the United States, the object of the game is, well, getting your fuel, getting your vitamins, minerals, all your nutrition, and keeping healthy and strong so you can keep on going, kind of like an athlete. When students understand that the game is different and there's a different object to the game, it becomes easier to explain the rules of the game to them. It makes much more sense now that in the United States that we have convenience foods, that people are not in the kitchen all day cooking, that people are eating on the run. All these things start to make sense, and as soon as they make sense, it's much easier for the student to accept the ideas and start adapting to them. Are you fascinated by cultural diversity? Then subscribe to this channel. We're making more videos all the time about all aspects of cultural differences, culture shock, cultural exchanges. We are having a great time here and we love to have you with us. Thank you and see you soon.